thank you so much for being here, everyone. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's go ahead and listen to some Tom Petty, who, as far as I know, I have never heard a thing by him. I know his name. I know I've heard Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, but I don't know a thing about him by him. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to listen to Mr. Tom Petty and introduce ourselves into him. This song was recommended by Zen Clover, Michael Kolb, Anthony Blakely rather, and Grillo Cam Bui. That is going to be the song Wildflowers off of the album of the same name, released in 1994, the second studio album from Tom Petty. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know a thing about him. I figured I should get some sort of introduction to him. Now, you know what? Maybe I do know a song by him. I'm looking at his top 5 tracks on Spotify, and the first one is Free Fallin'. Is that, yeah, free fall. I actually don't know if that's the song or not. I don't know. It might be. If it is, then I guess I've heard that song. Otherwise, none of the other ones look familiar to me. Wildflowers, that's what we're listening to today. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys.
You belong somewhere you feel free.
I like that.
You belong among the wildflowers.
I want to know what the general consensus is on Wildflowers, because I do see that it's one of their Tom Petty's most popular songs. I see that it's a single from the album. There's a whole Wikipedia article about it. There's a lot going on about the track, but I want to talk about it. So the thing that stands out to me most is actually the piano playing. I actually thought the piano was gorgeous in here. So that's going to be courtesy of Ben Tench, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name, but or Benjamin Montmorency is actually his full name. Lovely piano playing that beautifully accents the guitar. There's this light, folky, kind of bouncy, a little bit of a jangliness to it that I think is very, very pleasant rather. The mood of the whole song is positive, pleasant. To me, walking through a field and thinking about the ones you love and the things that you have to let go. Like, I'm getting that kind of feel from the song. And I think in particular, it's Ben Mont's piano playing that really brings that to light. I also really like the moment that occurred twice where the guitar and the piano kind of had these little brief moments of hits, the bum, 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 bum. Like just that. Because I do think that it breaks up for lack of a better word, the monotony of the music. Because let's play it fair, the song is very, very straightforward, and it's just those few little moments that I think actually kind of adds this little bit of different direction into the music without sacrificing the mood or message of the rest of the song. Now, I will, however, admit, while I do think that this is a very beautiful, you know what? Actually, scrap what I was about to say and let's do this. This is what I want to say. This song is one of those tracks that's simple in its approach, and due to its simplicity, that's where it's finding its beauty. It's a very beautiful, simple song. I will, however, admit that while I think the song is very pleasant to listen to, it's very bright to listen to, and I think the lyrics are actually very well written with a great meaning as well, I will admit, it leaves me a little bored. This is not a track that I would ever put on personally. I would never listen to something like this unless I was listening to the full album and this came up. This is a song that I would never skip, but I would never purposely put on. It doesn't move me in an emotional way, and it's a little bit too simple and just doesn't do anything for me personally, you know. Especially with all the different, I guess, folk and artists that we've listened to. I mean, not the same, but I just get so much more out of some of the others that we've listened to, like CSN, right, or bands like that. This doesn't quite hit the same way, although I can easily see its value. It's just not for me personally. But let's look at these great lyrics. You belong among the wildflowers, you belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours, you belong somewhere you feel free. So I like the title of the song, Wildflowers, but also how it's referenced here. So he's saying that this person belongs in the wildflowers. It doesn't belong restrained, captured in a bird cage. Let it sing, right? To do whatever, somewhere that this person or this thing feels free. Run away, find a lover, go away somewhere all bright and new. I have no other who compares to you. Run away, go find. Oh, actually, it just repeats from there. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. Now, when I'm first reading the lines, I'm getting the idea of that he's the one perhaps holding this person back, and he needs to set them free. But at the end, he says, you belong somewhere close to me. So maybe he's saying that he will be the one to give this person their freedom, or perhaps he's having a little bit of a problem letting this person go so that they can find their freedom. Without looking further into the information, I think that you could take that in a few different ways, but I do think that the lyrics and the presentation of those lyrics are very beautiful. That's why I say, like, the song is good. The song is good, and I like, once again, the marriage of lyrics and music and how they work very well with each other. It just doesn't do anything for me, personally. But let's look at some of the info on this track here. It says that it charted at number 16 on the Billboard Hot Rock Songs chart, and at 11 on the Billboard Digital Song Sales, and 3 on the Lyric Find. It says AllMusic describes it as having a simple but effective folk-based chord progression with a springy, almost country-oriented rhythm. Which, actually, thinking about that, his singing here, he has a little bit of a twang on some of the ends of those syllables and lines. That does sound a little bit country-esque. It says it's also Tom Petty's 4th most streamed solo song on Spotify. Yeah, I saw that. All right, well, I got that information. But looking at the composition of the song Petty described, he says, I just took a deep breath and it came out. The whole song, stream of consciousness, words, music, chords, finished it. I mean, I just played it into a tape recorder and I played the whole song and I never played it again. I actually spent 3.5 minutes on that whole song. So I'd come back for days playing that tape thinking there must be something wrong here, because it just came too easy. And then I realized that there's probably nothing wrong at all. Like, I think that what he says there kind of perfectly captures what I was saying in that, yes, it's a very simple song, but its beauty is found in that simplicity with it. So let me know what you guys thought of the track in the comments down below. You can follow me in a bunch of places that are here on the screen. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here and for listening, and just for being. I appreciate you stopping by. Come back tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then, guys. Bye.